What is going on, everyone? I am Steve from Burke Family 54 Comics, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to collect comic books. Before we get to that, though, hit that like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, all of that. So I often get asked, how should I collect comics? I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know what books are out there, what is worth what. Well, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a simple 7-step program to how to collect comics. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. First thing up, you should know your why. That is number one on our list. Figure out why you are collecting comic books. Is it because of a TV show? Is it a movie? Is it a certain character you want to get into? Figure out why you want to collect comics. Go to a comic store, talk to them about your why, and maybe a comic book shop owner, an LCS owner, which is short for local comic shop, should be able to help you, let you know what you want to get into. Which brings me to number 2 on my list. You need to research. You need to be spending a lot of time figuring out, what you want to read. You need to be reading about, figuring out, what is the best. Let's say you want to get into Batman. What is the best Batman stories out there? Start with that. You have Batman Year One. You have The Dark Knight Returns. You can find a bunch of stuff online. If you're a Flash collector, Spider-Man, there's a bunch of stuff that you should be trying to figure out, researching about, and figuring out, where the comic books are at right now. Maybe what are some comics you want to get into that are currently out, maybe some older comics, all of that. So once you have done that, number 3 is to make a plan. You want to start collecting the new comics that come out every single Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on if you're DC or Marvel, or do you want to start collecting some back issue books? Do you want to collect, Marvel or DC? Do you want to collect raw or slabs? Do you want to collect new books, older books, books that are worth more? Try to figure out what you want to do. You want to make a plan, though I feel like a lot of us make a plan and you kind of go back and try different things. Figure out what you want to do, and how you do that is with number 4, have a budget. Yes, I think the budget is probably the biggest thing for all of us, figuring out whether you want to spend $20 a week, $100 a week, $100 a month, $500 a month. It depends on the collector. It depends on, where you are at financially. That should help you figure out how you're going to make your plan, how you're going to start collecting these comic books. If you want to collect the new comics, they're $4, $5, $6, $7, or you can hit up the dollar bin, get more bang for your buck, and get some older back issue books like Batman or some Image or IDW or whatever. That should help you figure out what you want to do is by making a budget. The next thing on our list is number 5. I think is the biggest part of collecting comic books. It is reading. I'm not just talking about research and reading about different books coming out. I'm actually talking about reading the comic books, reading the floppies, reading some digital books. I think knowing what you're reading, knowing the history of the character that you like or characters that you like is probably the most fun. For me, I love collecting Batman, Flash, Power Rangers, and others. There's nothing I love more than popping open a Batman book and reading it, or Flash, or even Nightwing, or any of that. I love reading older books, new books, buying some trade paperbacks and going back and reading some of my favorite stories. I don't know how many times I've read Batman Year One, which again is my favorite Batman story, and it is considered, widely considered, the best Batman story ever written. I want to say I've read it 4 or 5 times. I've done the same thing with Batman Court of Owls because I personally love Batman, and I think that is one of the best storylines and stories out there. I just think that reading is probably one of the most important things you can do when collecting comic books, because that will help you figure out, okay, if I'm reading Spider-Man, I don't really like Spider-Man that much. Or if I'm reading, Power Rangers, maybe I don't like Power Rangers, or TMNT. I love TMNT. I love the TMNT show. I recently read Armageddon Game #1, and I thought it was not a great book because I didn't care about all the other characters that are in the book. I only cared about the original Ninja Turtles. So that helped me decide, okay, I definitely don't want to read the rest of this Armageddon game series, but maybe I should pick up some other random issues that are just revolving around the Ninja Turtles. Number 7 on our list is to try new things. I don't know how many times I've been mentioned, or people have mentioned to me, that I should really check out the new Punisher series, or I should check out World's Finest, or I should check out whatever book is on the shelf. Try to make sure you are trying new things, whether it's new books, or maybe you are a raw collector and you want to try some slabs. I didn't have a slab for the first couple years of me collecting comics, And now I have a bunch of them, and I absolutely love slab comics. It makes me want to get more. It's the same thing of reading comics and reading trade paperbacks or graphic novels. I just want to read more. I want to try new things, try different writers, try different publishers, all of that. Obviously, I'm going to stick to my main DC books and Power Rangers, but I do like to try new things, and I definitely suggest if you're new to comics, trying different things after you have made a plan. And last, certainly not least, on my 7-step program to collecting comics is to just have fun, man. Talk to people about what you're into, get into some Facebook groups, Instagram groups, YouTube groups. I definitely suggest getting into that. This community is amazing, and it just lets you have more and more fun. I don't know that many people in my area here in Kansas that I can talk to in person about comic books, but you know what? There is a plethora of people out there in this comic book community that I have gotten to talk to and got to meet up with in person, had a bunch of fun with over at Comic Cons or just hanging out or going to comic shops. Number 7, like I said, is to just have fun. So again, my name is Steve from Burke Family 54 Comics. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think of today's video. What do you guys think of my list? Are you new to comics? All of that and more. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And as always, go Cats!
Cowabunga! It's Morphin time!